I should have stayed home, Mrs. Jansen said, as she was sitting next to Mr. Jansen on the front seat of their car. Their daughter Cam and their friend Eric Shelton were sitting on the back seat. They were all on their way to the airport to pick Cam's Aunt Molly. Mrs. Jansen was tapping her fingers on the armrest. "We're having a birthday party in 2 hours. I should be home to get everything ready." "Everything is ready," Mr. Jansen told her. "And my parents are there," Eric said. "They know what to do." Mrs. Jansen was still tapping on the armrest. She turned and told Cam and Eric, "Don't let Aunt Molly know about the party. We want her to be surprised." Mrs. Jansen looked at her watch. "What time is her flight coming in?" "At 2 o'clock, Mr. Jansen said. Eric said, "I thought it was due in 1:54. Cam closed her eyes and said click. She always says click when she wants to remember something. Cam says it's the sound of her mental camera making when it takes a picture. "I'm looking at the airline schedule," Cam said, with her eyes still shut. "Molly's flight is number 54. It's due in 1:20. "Sorry," her father said, "but this time your memory is wrong. I'm sure the flight is due in at 2 o'clock. Cam shook her head. "Number 2 is the date number. Cam's mental camera is her memory. She can take a picture. She can take one look at something and remember it perfectly. It's easy for me," Cam often explained. "I have a photograph of everything I see stored in my brain. When I want to remember something, I just look at the photograph." When Cam was younger, her mother read books about how people remember. She learned about scientists call someone like Cam eidetic, but most people just say that Cam has a photographic memory. Cam's real name is Jennifer, but when people found out about her photographic memory and heard her say click, they started calling her the camera. Soon the camera was shortened to Cam. Mrs. Jansen looked at her watch again. "We're late," and she said as she tapped her fingers on her handbag. "We miss Molly. She'll take a bus to our house and see the cake and be surprised, and the surprise will be ruined." "Don't worry," Mr. Jansen said as he drove into the airport parking lot. "After Molly gets off the plane, she has to get her luggage. We won't miss her." Mr. Jansen parked the car. Cam, her parents, and Eric walked into the airport arrival building. Right inside was a television screen. On it were numbers that kept changing. Cam looked at the screen. "Flight 54 is already in." "We missed her," Mrs. Jansen said. "We miss Molly. She's probably on her way to our house right now."